It is indeed one of the most precious days for all of us. This is a day we have anxiously waited for, which was possible only because of the collective effort of the teachers and a bunch of students who have tirelessly worked behind it. So before we get started, let me throw some light about the purpose of the journal website, International Journal of Advanced Interdisciplinary Sciences. It is a joint venture of the Research Committee and the Department of Chemistry of Srinarayana College for Women, Kollam, which publishes the original research review, short communication, letter, and a perspective from broad areas. It ensures the needs of science students and scholars with more importance to research in their respective areas. And today, to launch this journal, we are much overwhelmed to have Professor Dr. Sabu Thomas, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi University. He is a professor of polymer science and engineering. As everyone knows, he has marked his place in all the fields he has worked in. And he was the main pillar who motivated and kept us energized to launch this journal. So moving on to the session. So to begin with, Dr. Nisha J. Taril, Principal of Srinarayana College for Women, Kollam. It's a very familiar face for most of us. She has always been a constant charm for all of her students as well as teachers. She is someone who constantly extends love and support to all the prospects of our college. With much love, I would like to invite Dr. Nisha J. Taril, the principal of our college, for welcome speech.
A very good evening to all the dignitaries gathered in this virtual platform for the official launch of the International Journal of Advanced Interdisciplinary Sciences. The COVID-19 pandemic came as a shock to the whole world, but now, especially as members of the academic fraternity, we have accelerated new ways of teaching, learning, and research that keeps the flow of knowledge and information uninterrupted. I am indeed happy to inform all of you that our college was also active in organizing various webinars and informative sessions throughout these tough times. In fact, we have left no stone unturned amidst the pandemic. Now, on this positive note, let me move on to my duty of welcoming the distinguished guests to the inaugural session. First and foremost, I welcome the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi University, Professor Dr. Sabu Thomas. Sir, you have always been a person with big ideas of better education. Our institution is grateful to you for honoring us with your presence as the chief guest of the session. On behalf of Sri Narayana College for Women and the organizing committee, I welcome you, sir, to this event. Sir, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next, I welcome Dr. Sabu Pillai, Senior Scientist, National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. Thank you, sir, for joining us and gracing us with your presence. Welcome to this event, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Today, it is particularly gratifying for me to be able to welcome the editorial team of our International Journal of Advanced Interdisciplinary Sciences. I consider it a privilege to welcome Dr. C.P. Vinod, Principal Scientist, National Chemical Laboratory, Pune, Dr. Sinoy Varghese, Associate Professor, National Institute of Technology, Calicut, Dr. Agnieszka Dębrowska, Assistant Professor, Warsaw University, Poland, Dr. Sabu Chidambaram, Professor, King Abdulaziz University, KSA, Dr. Deborah Puglia, Associate Professor, University of Perugia, Italy. On behalf of everyone joined here, I offer our editorial team the most cordial of welcomes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, we welcome Dr. Chitra PG, the Research Committee Coordinator and Head of the Department of Chemistry, and the Program Coordinators, Dr. Purnima Vijayan, Dr. Vijayalakshmi V, Assistant Professors of Department of Chemistry, whose efforts have finally made this international journal a reality. Welcome, dear teachers. Next, it is my pleasant duty to welcome all my dear colleagues and students to this session. Finally, yet important, I welcome all the invited guests, delegates, my colleagues, media persons, students, various committee members, and all well-wishers to this function. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I request everyone to kindly mute your audios so that there is no disturbance for the coming sessions. Now, with much great honor and respect, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Sabu Thomas, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi University, for launching the journal website. Sir.
Good afternoon to all my European friends, and very good evening to all my Indian friends. The principal of the college, Nisha Karim, Dr. Chitra, Dr. Purnima, and all the faculty members of the college, our scientific fraternity from different parts of the country and abroad, faculty members, students. With all your permission, I declare that International Journal of Advanced Interdisciplinary Sciences has been opened, has been launched, and I wish all the best for the journal. This is really a fantastic endeavor. I congratulate the college team, the principal, the head of the Department of Chemistry, all the faculty members, science faculty members, in formulating a very good international journal on interdisciplinary sciences. I really like the title of this journal. Congratulations again. You know, when you look at a journal, there are a variety of factors to be taken care of. Number one is a name. I am glad that you have given an excellent name. There are a large number of contributions could be made from chemistry, from physics, from biological sciences, from mathematical sciences. So you have formulated an interdisciplinary journal. That's something very interesting. The world is moving towards interdisciplinary approach. Look at nanoscience and nanotechnology, which I was heading for the last 10 years in Mahatma Gandhi University. If you look at nanoscience, we need to have excellent physicists, excellent chemists, excellent biologists, and excellent computational people, excellent mathematicians. So we need to have several disciplines integrate, and then you form nanoscience and nanotechnology. So I really like the name of the journal. Congratulations for framing such a wonderful name. And I hope that you also must have defined areas. A good journal, we need to have thrust areas. And you have a very nice editorial team from all continents. That's very important. We need to have editorial team from Europe, from North America, South America, Asia, you know, from Australia, New Zealand. So we need to have a good coverage in the editorial team. That's extremely important. I could see excellent faces. And I'm very happy to see my collaborators from Italy. Deborah is from Italy, from Polish, and my friends from NIST. So and my former co-workers, Professor Jyotish Kumar. So I could see a good network of leading scientists across the globe. And a very good journal, you should have a very good editor, which is of good, very top scientist, good caliber. And we need to have editors, chief editor and editors. The most important thing for a journal is, I would say, quality, 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 quality. I would say 100 times. That's the most important point for a journal. If the quality goes down, the journal will not exist. And I have a request to the college. Don't publish too many papers from the college. You try to get papers from across the globe. That is the most important thing. I have seen many journals being started by colleges, and most of the articles are from colleges. No, you need to have articles from all around the globe. That is very, very important. And contributions from your college should be minimum. So please try to get excellent articles from all over the world. Another important aspect for a good journal is you have to be extremely honest. You have to be extremely creative. We need to have an excellent review panel. Really good excellent review panel. Papers of poor quality should be rejected. Sometime back, I had a meeting organized by the World Academy of Sciences. The meeting point was in Kathmandu. So they invited me to talk about predatory journals. So I gave a lecture on predatory journals. If you look at the scenario, global scenario, there are a large number of predatory journals now. And they have been formed because of money. So we have to really identify such journals. We have to be careful about such journals. I always advise my colleagues and friends, never publish in predatory journals. And journals have different modes now. It could be completely online, where mostly we have to pay. If it is an online publication, we have to pay. You have a large number of people who read your article because it is free. Second mode is the traditional mode. There is no fee for publication. There are several journals in traditional mode. And some journals have a mixed mode. You can choose the traditional mode or the online mode, offline and online. So probably, I don't know what sort of model you are going to take. Probably a mixed mode could be the best. Whenever you receive an article for this journal, the first thing is you have to have an excellent plagiarism software. You see, I'm running a journal of Elsevier, nanostructures and nano objects, for the last 3 years. And once you have an article, submit on your platform, immediately you must check for plagiarism. If it is highly plagiarized, I would say you reject the article, or you send back to them, asking them to reduce the plagiarism to 20%, 25%. So you have to be extremely careful about plagiarism. Very, very important. You see, as an editor of nanostructures and nano objects, I find that more than 70% articles I receive are plagiarized. Look at, I receive articles from all over the world. 60 to 70% articles are plagiarized. I usually reject them. If the article is so good and so original, I will ask them to reduce the plagiarism to 25% and resubmit. That is very, very important. And I request the editorial team, the editor, that you should have an excellent platform. An excellent platform, so that people can submit the article very easily. Submission would be very easy. Submission, you see, once you receive an article in your platform, you have to take fast decisions. You should not keep it for a long time. Once you have an article in your platform, immediately you check the plagiarism. If it is okay, if the plagiarism is below 25%, immediately you send out for review. And you have to really find out excellent reviewers. If you don't find excellent reviewers, the quality of your journal will go down. Nobody will publish. Very, very important. So you need to have really excellent review team, which is based on the subject wise. So since an interdisciplinary journal, you will have papers from physics, chemistry, biological sciences, mathematical sciences. So this is an interdisciplinary journal. So you will have articles from all the domains. So you need to find really excellent review panel for every article. And Elsevier has a very nice system to find the review panel. I can easily find reviewers, using Elsevier platform. So you need to make such an excellent platform. And in order to increase the visibility of your journal, you can do a lot of marketing program. For example, you can have special issues. Every year, my journal, we publish 1 or 2 special issues, a focused area. For example, we had a very nice focused area on nanostructured materials for energy. We had 25 articles. We have come out with a special issue. Another time, we had a special issue on nanoscale materials for brushes. So similarly, you have to identify domains, and you can have special issues. You can have excellent review article. You can have short communication. So this is the one way of increasing the visibility of the journal. When you run a journal, there are a lot of other issues will pop up. For example, we had a paper from, I don't want to disclose the name of the author. We had a paper from Turkey. Very distinguished author. He has a large number of publications. H-index is very close to 50 or 60. You know what he has done? He made some manipulation in his publication, especially in the microscopy data. And eventually we could find out. There are teams all over the world, they are very vigilant in finding out such crimes, So now, this is in the court now, there are a lot of issues. Those issues will pop up. So we have to do everything in a very, very transparent manner. That is why we have to be extremely honest. And another important thing is wherever you travel, wherever you go, you advertise your journal. See, if I go for a conference in Russia, I always show my journal at the end of the conference, at the end of my talk, I say, we have a wonderful journal you publish. Wherever I travel, I always show my journal. And you need to have, the editor should have frequent meeting with editorial board. Because we need to get the comments from editorial board very frequently in what direction the journal should move. So I used to have editorial board meeting. I can also share an experience. I am an editorial board of macromolecules, ACS. So I used to have ACS meeting thrice in a year. And you have to send some sort of questionnaire to all your editorial board members to get their comments. So these are the ways by which you can improve the quality of the journal. In the meantime, you should have, when you have sufficient number of articles, you should have the site score, you should apply for the Scopus, impact factor, all this official documentation you have to do. You have to apply for licensing, Web of Science, Scopus. So this is also very important. Some people will not publish a good article if journal does not have an impact factor. But right now, if you publish a few papers, you can get a site score. So all these factors are very, very important. So we have to work extremely hard for success of a journal. From my personal experience, I can tell you a story. Elsevier contacted me from Amsterdam. They have these nanostructures and nano objects. They started some 5 years ago. The journal was not growing. The site score was something like 1.5 or 2. Then they contacted me, Dr. Thomas, can you take it up? I said, I can. I have taken it up. Now the site score is very close to 5.8, 6 now. Because I worked extremely hard for the success of the journal. So I request the faculty members have to work extremely hard for the success of the journal. Quality should be the most important factor to be looked into. Articles should be reviewed very carefully. And if you do that, I'm sure you can have a fantastic journal. It will take at least 5 to 6 years to get impact factor. Nanostructures and nano objects, still we are not we are not having the impact factor. We have applied to Clarivate, we are still waiting. So it's a long journey to establish a very good journal. So you all have to work very hard. So with all your permission, I again declare that this International Journal of Advanced Interdisciplinary Sciences has been open, and I wish you good success. And I'm very happy to cooperate with you, collaborate with you. If you have any questions, any doubts, please be in touch with me. I am there to support you. And I will also give a lot of popularity for this journal worldwide in my network. And I wish you good success. Thank you so much. And thanks a lot for all the distinguished people who are assembled here. And thanks a lot to my European friends and Indian friends who are going to associate with the journal. Thank you so much. Have a very nice evening to my Indian friends. Good afternoon to all my European friends. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words and the immense support that you're showering upon us. Thank you so much for all your wishes and support, sir. Moving on, Tanmatra. Tanmatra, the newsletter of the Department of Chemistry. This was put together by the students of 4th semester BSc Chemistry of our college with the coordination of Arunima SR, Assistant Professor and the editor of Tanmatra. Tanmatra consists of news about the activities that took place and the achievements of the chemistry department of our college. For releasing Tanmatra, we are honored to have Dr. Sabu Pillai, Senior Scientist of National Institute of Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. With much gratitude, I would like to invite Dr. Sabu Pillai for releasing Tanmatra.
Good evening. Hello. Good evening, Sabu sir, and all dignitaries, faculty members, students, Chitra madam, Dr. Purnima, Dr. Vijayalakshmi, all, and my friends. So I'm very delighted to do my job. So, and it's a very wonderful suggestions speech by Prof.Sabu sir, and we will definitely look into or keep this in our mind and try to make his journal the best as possible. So with this occasion, I would like to, with all your permission, I would like to release the Tanmatra. It's a very excellent initiative by the students and the faculty members of the Sri Narayana College of
സാറിന്റെ വീഡിയോ ഓഫാ. സജു സാറിന്റെ വീഡിയോ ഓൺ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Could you please put your video? Your video is off.
Yeah. Actually, I was.
Okay, only if you're convenient, sir.
Just one minute. Hello.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Maybe now it's working. Sorry for the technical problem.
It's okay, sir.
Yeah. Sir, so with the permission of Sabu sir, especially because he is a very good mentor for all our research activities, he has been proven excellent how a great research can be done, and especially in terms of polymer science and nanotechnology. So with your permission and all our dignitary editorial members, faculty, principal, and the students community, I declare that it is the Tanmatra, the newsletter has been released for the community. Actually, I was going through this Tanmatra. It's a really wonderful initiative, and I congratulate all the students. Especially, I heard that the students of Sri Narayana College is part of where they were doing great a lot of time, especially during this pandemic period, because they really utilize this opportunity to do something very good for the research community. So I thank all the students, and I wish everyone, and it will be a it's a great success in the future, and you continue doing excellent research. And I also wish congratulate the department for launching the new journal. It's a very good journal, including all the disciplinary. It will be a truly interdisciplinary journal. So I congratulate and I wish the best and all success for all initiatives by the college.
So could you please present the Tanmatra?
Yeah. Can you hear? Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Just sharing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So just going through the next two pages, and I mean the first page itself is showing the Nobel Prize. So this is also a great thing from the College of Women's College to include the Nobel Prize winners in this chemistry in 2020, and it's also discussions on pandemic, and there's so many interesting articles why the students come in. That's what I heard that. So there's a lot of students put a lot of great effort and in a very simple way, and it's really nice, fantastic initiative. So thank you all, and keep doing. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for doing the honor. Now, to facilitate this meeting, I would like to invite Dr. Vinod C. Prabhakaran, Principal Scientist of National Chemical Laboratory, Pune. Sir, please.
Good evening, everybody. Good morning, Europe. Respected principal of the college, respected Sabu sir, other dignitaries in this meeting, dear colleagues and friends. Upfront, I think I should congratulate the chemistry department and the entire managerial team for bringing up this fantastic interdisciplinary journal. I think it's a need of the hour. As Sabu sir said in his inaugural note, that interdisciplinary is the way to go. I mean, any area that you think about, I mean, you should have a component of physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, whatever you can, think of. So it's truly interdisciplinary, and I hope that this journal is going to serve that purpose to the fullest. I'm really glad to see Sabu sir, who happened to be my teacher also in from MG University. So I'm really glad to see him after several years. I think with the mentoring of Sabu sir, who has tons and tons of experience, I think this journal is going to scale very big heights. I'm certain about that. I'm really honored for the invitation, and I'm actually looking forward to working with all of you guys. I'm sure that, as I said, with the mentoring of Sabu sir, we can actually take this journal to a different level. But as Sabu sir said in his inaugural note, I think we should make sure that we should have a sincere and committed effort to make sure that the good quality work actually goes through. And to set that tone, I think editorial team will be having a very tough and a very good job in the coming future. I think with this few words, I just conclude by saying that I wish the very best for the journal, and also wishing all the very best for the new year. Please be safe. And with all these things, I mean, I'm hoping that we'll be having a wonderful new year 2021. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your words and time. Moving on. Now I would like to invite Dr. Sonil Varghese, Associate Professor of National Institute of Technology, for felicitation.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So good evening, all the distinguished members and the editor and editorial board members, the faculty, the students of the SM College, Kollam. So let me first of all congratulate the Department of Chemistry for arranging a meeting to raise the Journal of International Journal of Advanced Interdisciplinary Sciences. So I was just thinking how much effort you took to find out this name of the journal, because you can see that there are thousands of journals. So it's very difficult to get a name like this. So anyway, it's a very good name. As Sabu sir said, the interdisciplinary nature is definitely one of the very interesting thing, because nowadays you can see that there is no existence of there is no boundary between any subject. So we are actually looking for problem solving, right? So we'll be using physics or chemistry or biology, anything to our requirement we'll be using. So there is no boundary between these subjects. Especially you can see that the introduction of nanotechnology. So there are no boundaries, but only problems that we have to solve. So in that way, you have selected an apt name. So, and also to publish, to review, to publish. So many procedures. As sir said, it's not the quantity, it's the quality which matters. So I hope that the editor and editorial board members definitely will look into at that to make it a high quality journal, right? And so probably we can expect periodically publishing the journal also. So I wish all success for the journal and really appreciate all the effort. So it's not an easy job. All the members of the Department of Chemistry for organizing. I would say this is a very good model. Other institute also can follow. So it's a very good effort. So once again, thank you for inviting me, and all wishes to the journal and all the members present here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your work. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Agnieszka Dabrowska, Assistant Professor of Warsaw University, Poland, for felicitation.
Ladies and gentlemen, my warm welcome. And I feel really honored and privileged to be here. So it's a very happy day, I guess, for all of us. Congratulations to all team for launching this website. And as it was already mentioned, I would like to congratulate the journal title, because it's really spectacular, and I guess it was quite hard to create it like that. In our times, there is no research, advanced research, which would not be interdisciplinary. So I guess it's the key that is basically here in that name. From my point of view, I can just keep my fingers crossed for our effort and for the success of the journal. Passing you the warm greetings from University of Warsaw and wishing us a great and fruitful work together. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Moving on, I would like to invite Dr. Shambhu Chidambaram, Professor of King Abdulaziz University, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, for felicitation.
Good evening, Professor Dr. Sabu, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kerala, distinguished members and eminent dignitaries present here, teachers, and my dear students. It's a great honor for me to be a part of this International Journal of Advanced Interdisciplinary Science, published by Sinarna College for Women, Kollam, Kerala. As we all know that it's a journal article are the final output of most research. And their researchers' performance and productivity are judged largely on the number of publications as well as where they appear. We know that. And the importance of journal in academic life goes beyond providing a means of communication and a permanent record. And the purpose of academic journals is to facilitate the scholarly communication and to filter their errors and to maintain the record of scientific advance. We know well. I would like to highlight the importance or the significance of the journals now. We have now. Everybody knows that we have different types of a vast number of journals around on various disciplines. And here I am very much happy to see that a journal especially, or the journal is with different type of disciplines under one title. It's a journal of advanced interdisciplinary science. So this is a great move in the research arena or the academic arena to contribute the results of the studies or to encourage the students and to motivate the teachers to come forward to do research, collect their data, and communicate to the scientific world and the research field. And another interesting aspect for the research journal is that the students will get motivation. When the students are doing their research, they will learn about how to collect the data precisely with their methodologies. And they will learn how to write a paper. And they will go through the errors, even in their grammatical ways or structures, the languages they are learning. It's a learning process for the beginners or the growing. But how to frame an article which is comfortable to the readers all over the globe. And another aspect of importance of a journal is that it is directly giving encouragement to the students as well as the professors, as well as the researchers to do perfect research. We have to do research very precisely. Okay, we can do like observational research or by experimental research or some studies. But how we can frame it in a professional way, this is very important. As Professor Sabu Thomas highlighted that plagiarism, because nowadays we can see the copying of materials from many places and we put it in one plate and we are cooking. And we can see that. And it should not be encouraged. And if you do a work precisely, we have to learn the art of writing an article. So if we prepare an article and if we get an acceptance in a paper, it is something different. So I personally recommend to all of my students and teachers, this is the educational institutes must understand the value of research and how to design the curriculum of research or the base of research according to the needs of the society. Then another aspect I would like to tell you that, you know, that in the case of the students, those who are looking for higher studies admission, nowadays the article, the quality of the article is a criteria. So based on the article, maybe the interview board may ask the student, do you have any publication? And if he is showing a publication with a impact factor of 5 or 6, definitely the student will get a chance or admission to study in the best of the university in the world. So this is a criteria for the student, and this is a rating, how the students are rating nowadays. Of course, papers are the articles or the research papers are the criteria to get a professional career. If a student, if a researcher is having good quality papers in his field of work, definitely he will get a chance in his professional career, and he can improve, he can find good jobs in this area. Really, I'm so happy to be a part of this International Journal of Interdisciplinary Science, and I hope our journal can be an excellent medium of communication to the academic and scientific world for the studies that the students and teachers have conducted in their laboratory. I wish all good luck for the journal and to the team for obtaining the approval of the bibliographic indexes and the database like the Scopus or the Thomson Router. If you get an indexing on this one, at least minimum, I would like to say that we have to have the indexing from the University Grant Commission. So let me congratulate the team once again for a wonderful team to propose or bringing out the journal, International Journal of Interdisciplinary Science. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing some time. Thank you. Moving on. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Deborah Puglia, Associate Professor of University of Perugia, Italy. I'm sorry, unfortunately, she could not join us today. Next, I would like to invite Dr. K. Murugan, Director of CISSA Thiruvananthapuram, for felicitation.
Good evening to all. Respected Prof.Sabu, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of MG University, Kerala, and galaxy of people from India and abroad. First of all, let me congratulate the college for initiating such an event and daring an activity of launching a journal in an interdisciplinary manner is a great thing, because 30 years I'm teaching the college, so I know the limitation and the boundary of college. From within the boundary, they cracked the wall by producing an interdisciplinary journal. That's a great thing. Secondly, it was inaugurated by one of the well-known person in India and abroad, Prof.Sabu. So it's going to be a click in India and abroad, a good journal. That's I'm very sure, because I know Sabu sir is a very good mentor, because we used to invite him for many students inspiration program. So it's a great moment. And thirdly, a galaxy of editors, and you see from the face, in India and abroad, and they are there. So definitely they will edit the papers, and they will provide all support for uplifting the face of the journal. So few things I want to share here, because as you know that currently education is changing a lot, especially higher education. So teaching alone cannot support the higher education. Definitely there should be a research. Once you are in research, there should be a outbreak data that should be published in index journals. So this is a good platform. And what I'm saying to the organizers that please make the papers very fast to publish, because I used to have the headaches. Even in CSIR journals, it takes a year or more than that to get published. So if you're accepting that, accept it, review it, publish it, or immediately reject in a short span of time. Don't pull on the paper and chat with authors. That's one thing. Secondly, you can make some review purpose is a mandatory current review component. So one of the articles should be review paper currently hot in India or in Nepal. And thirdly, you can allot 1 or 2 pages for students to publish the paper. That's very, very essential, because I know that many of the students are doing projects even in UG and PG or in MPhil. And actually there is no platform for sharing their knowledge. Because if they go for higher journals, it takes years. So that's why I request that please provide 1 or 2 papers exclusively for your students. So that will uplift their confidence to provoke the research. So that's my request. So I wish all the best for the journal to go ahead with the program. We'll be with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your support. Now, as we head towards the end of the session, I would like to invite Dr. Srija J., Associate Professor of Department of Zoology, Srinarayana College for Women, Kollam, for vote of thanks.
Teacher, your voice is off.
Voice is on. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay. A very good evening to all the dignitaries from different parts of the world. I am very glad because an international journal, multidisciplinary science journal, it was launched and inaugurated by our Honorable VC, MG University, Kerala. So, on behalf of Srinarayana College for Women, we are thank you, sir, for your valuable words and your valuable presence.
Thank you.
Okay, the newsletter Tanmatra 2021 was released by Dr. Saju Pillai, the senior scientist, NIST Thiruvananthapuram. Thank you, sir, for your releasing of this Tanmatra.
Thank you.
This program was enriched with eminent editors from different parts of the world. On behalf of Srinarayana College for Women, we are felicitation by these editors. We are all thanks to Dr. Vinod Sir, National Chemical Lab, Pune, Dr. Soni Bagis, NIIT, Dr. Agnieszka Dowiska from Warsaw University, Poland, Dr. Shambhu Chidambaram, Professor King Abdulaziz University, Saudi Arabia, Dr. Deborah Poglia from Italy, Dr. Murugan from Thiruvananthapuram. Once again, thank you, sir, all the editors. We are all thanks to Dr. Nisha J. Tarail, our beloved principal, whose wholehearted support for this program. Thank you all faculty members, especially the head of the department of chemistry and all the faculty members from Srinarayana College for Women, all the participants, all the students, all the dignitaries, the student chairpersons, and each and every person participated in this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for doing the honors. So as we come towards the end of the session, I sincerely would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who took their time out of their busy schedule. And we sincerely expect and we definitely need your support and wishes for the smooth running of our journal. Thank you so much, everyone. Warm wishes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
All the best.
for the invitation. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Agnieszka.